Give a little time to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look like George Clooney?
Ah!
I hope
What?
not, because I never have. I'm just wondering.
That's my voice. What?
Because it'd be really fucking weird if I did. I'm just saying, I've never looked like that guy.
All right, so we're back. This is another episode with, as you heard his wonderful dulcet tones, is Chance Nix, our favorite Dallas, right? You're from Dallas?
Yes.
Dallas-based author. That's Dallas, Texas, for you people who don't know.
Yeah, it's not Dallas, fucking Minnesota, or some stupid shit, you fuckers.
No, it's
We're
not.
home of people like Bonnie and Clyde, motherfuckers.
Ye fucking hot, Frank.
Yeah.
How are you, Frank? Sorry, I might have taken too much of a smoke break there. That cigarette really got to me.
Oh, you're actually.
Woo! Anyway, what was I saying? So we're here at the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. I am Tony, along with Mr.
Frank.
And Frank's going to introduce the where you can find us at and go from there.
You can find us here if you're listening. You found us, but you can also find us on Instagram under @TI Podcast, on Twitter under Completely Inapt. You can email us with questions, comments, concerns, and recommending guests, which is how we ended up getting a hold of Chance through Completely Inappropriate Podcast @gmail.com. Don't be afraid. You want to be on? Just let us know, and we'll grant you said wish. Call us fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation for people that are not dying. That's what we do here. But
all dying.
Yeah, we celebrate every year. We're closer to death. So
damn right.
So, anyways, yeah, we had teased that we're gonna talk about your book and what I said in the last episode. I had a fucking Hemingway vibe, and I was right. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, let's talk about said book. What was it called again? For those that didn't catch the last episode,
It's called The Man at the End of the World by yours truly.
Yeah, and what's that about? 200 pages? 300?
What are we at? I got the book right here. Let's see. I don't even remember. It's like 316 pages.
316 pages. So if you're really into reading, you can probably finish it in like 3 days.
Oh yeah. It's a smooth read. The first draft I wrote it in like 3 weeks. Like I just hammered it out, and I mean, granted, first drafts are not really the same as the finished product, but me and my wife, we took our honeymoon to Jamaica. And so that's always been in my head about I wanted to do like an island theme. And then, of course, I love Hemingway, Old Man in the Sea and all that shit. And then, one day I just sat down. I think, I don't know, I probably read Great Gatsby again. And then this book kind of popped in. I wanted to do parties. I wanted to do all that, and it's kind of crazy. We put it out this year because this year I feel like we just missed the summer, like you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do shit, and this book is all about being somewhere and doing shit, and so like I feel like if you missed out on summer, man, read this fucking book and you'd be like, hell yeah, shit, wish I was there. There's marlin fishing, there's sharks, there's gangsters, there's rich people, there's poor people, there's drunk debauchery, there's hedonistic parties, there's there's drugs, there's badass cars, there's it's got some crazy shit in it.
So you tripped out on DMT and you wrote about it.
Fucking aliens that you see there fucking told me to do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, great times.
Well, shit, man. So where's the book take place at?
On an island. See, so like when I write, I don't like to get too specific on certain things because my island might be different than your island. And I don't want to take that away from the reader, just like I don't really, unless it's partial to the story, I don't describe a lot of the characters sometimes, like I'll describe certain things like, oh, he has a beard, like the main character, he's missing his pinky finger. So obviously I put that in there, but, I don't go, oh, it's a white guy with a beard.
So unlike Kill Kill Battle of Fallujah that had definite locales that you could reference and stuff, this is a complete fictional work of your imagination.
Yeah.
So I know when we discussed on our original episodes back last year about Kill Kill, you really pulled a lot from your experiences in the military. Where did you find your inspiration for this book?
Cocaine. No.
I didn't even
No.
blink at it. I was just waiting for the elaboration.
No. Well, like our honeymoon. I'm a big fisherman. Like I like to fish. I love sharks. I'm scared to death of sharks, but I love sharks. And then you know, I like to party. You know.
Sure.
Yeah, I like to party. And like I said, I love Hemingway. I love The Great Gatsby, and this is kind of my homage, my love story for them. You know. So people that like that kind of feel.
So you could say, whereas Kill Kill was your life experience put into word, this is more your life's ambition and yeah, I'd say your life's ambition put into
Yeah.
words. All
Yeah.
the best parts of the things you enjoy, and you've elaborated them into this wonderful story.
Yeah, besides the missing pinky finger, like I would love to be this guy. You know.
Okay, see, unlike last time I read the book, I like Frank said, I smashed Kill Kill within like a 4 to 5 day period before we had you on. So this time I haven't seen this book at all. I'm very excited to check it out now, man. This is very, very fun. But
yeah.
Speaking of islands, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna change the subject if you wanted to keep going though.
Well, I was just gonna say like this book. I mean, there's like social connotations in it and stuff. You know, there's like the poor and the rich and stuff, but not like people think. You know, like you'll see, you know, poor people in this, but you see like, you know, a lot of times they're really fucking happy, you know, because they don't have as much, so they're happy with what they have, you know, and whereas you have like people that have a lot of nice stuff and they're kind of fucking depressed all the time. And really, I I think anytime I write a book, I kind of have a question that I'm working on, and this one was you know, who's richer, the man with all the gold or the man with all the freedom?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this guy might be loaded and he has every car he ever wanted. He has the huge ass mansion that's in the shape of a fucking skull, you know, and you know, women want to fuck him, and he has all the booze in the fucking world, but is he fucking happy compared to the guy that lives on a fucking boat half the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. It's a tale as old as Siddhartha, the fucking Buddha. You know,
Yeah.
he was born a rich peasant, fucking idiot. He was born rich. He was born rich, gave everything up to go, you know, follow the life. Yeah, see, you got it in the background. You know what I'm talking about.
I got into Taoism and Buddhism and shit for a while there, so it's kind of my little thing.
That's fantastic, man. Yeah, I love the story. I'm very excited to check it out myself.
I tell you what, though, my favorite character I've ever written is actually in this story, and it's a female. And this chick, she is a I don't give a fuck type chick. Like she's like, I'm gonna fuck whoever I want. I'm gonna drink whatever I want. I'm gonna say whatever I want. I'm gonna go wherever I want. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like I'm nice about it. I'm very nice about it. Like she's not a bitch, but she's like you know, she kind of has one of those you know, she might die tomorrow, so fuck it, right? You know, like I'm gonna have fun. So like, don't judge me. I'm gonna do my own thing.
You're living in the moment.
Yeah, and I actually took her. She's inspired off of a few women. You know, Zelda Fitzgerald from F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, who, if you've never read about her, she's fucking crazy. Like legally, she was crazy. She died in a mental hospital, but but she was fucking crazy. You know Christina Ricci?
Yes.
If you're emo, like she's, you know, Wednesday Addams, like
what? Yeah. Yes.
She was my young masturbatorial.
No, I'm sorry. My mind immediately goes to Black Snake Moan, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was my first. Her and Topanga were my first celebrity crushes. You know,
Topanga Lauren from oh my god, Boy Meets World. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Topanga.
she played in an Amazon show called Z. And she plays Zelda Fitzgerald. Fucking awesome. You see her tits in it too. It's really awesome.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Yeah. But so this chick, her name's Mabel. She's inspired by her, my wife, who's a carefree chick, and then an artist called Tamara de la Pica. She's from the 1920s. She did like a lot of the major Art Deco, like women and stuff. Like her artwork's amazing. But she was a I don't give a fuck type chick. She was in Russia during like the last czar, you know, like her family was aristocrats in Russia, and then the Communist Party moved in, and she was like, oh, got to split. And her husband was actually taken prisoner and like put in a gulag, and she had no money because they froze her accounts and shit, right? She couldn't get any of her family money, and so she fucked all these lawyers to get her husband out of the gulag, and then he was kind of a dick about.
Like literally fucked him.
Yeah. She like literally, she was like, "Fuck it," like this is what I got,
Oh shit.
And then she goes to France and she's into art and stuff, and she starts becoming like the best fucking artist. And her husband's like, I don't fucking like this. I'm a fucking man and you need to do what I tell you to. And she's like, peace out, bitch. I'm gonna go sleep with this chick and this dude at the same time. Fuck you. And I'm gonna draw pictures about it. Like, she was a I don't give a fuck chick. And so this chick in my book's kind of inspired by all three of them.
That's great.
Yeah, man, like hard times, make hard people, and sometimes you just don't give a fuck. Yeah, so you'll like it, man. She's a kick-ass character, but it has the UFC in it. It has a mansion that looks like it's a skull and crossbones. Yeah, got fishing, got fighting. It's got knife fightings. It's got, it's a fun. I was actually depressed when I published.
Sounds like a fun read, man.
Yeah, I was depressed when I published it because I was like, wow, I will not get to write that book again. Like that book was a lot of fun, Like,
well, I know it's pretty early considering it just came out, but do you have thoughts of a sequel?
Well, you'll have to wait and see. Tell me how you think it is, if it should or not.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll let you know if I could spin off any ideas for you if you need any. Right. Woohoo! I could be useful to somebody, Frank.
And if y'all do read it, or anybody out there reads it, please, Goodreads, Amazon, leave reviews. It helps out indie authors like crazy. But if y'all do read it, let me know what you thought at the very end. I like a nice ending. I like a different type of ending sometimes. So you never know. Could be bad, could be good. It's all in the eye of the beholder. So
awesome, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, man. Real quick before change the subject again, let me find one of these. My wife, she did the cover art, right? But for fun, we threw in. Let's see if you can see it. Like pictures inside the book. It's hard to see. I know, like right here. But like.
That a plane?
Huh?
Was that a plane or?
No, it's a shack. But
yeah, I couldn't see what that was.
Yeah, but she threw in. There's like 3 original artworks in there that she did for the book because I'm like, I want this to be a fun experience. Like get some artwork out of it, and it's just a lot of fun.
You look like you had a lot of fun doing it. The way you're describing it, the joy on your face. Your eyes are lighting up every time you talk about a little nuanced part of it. It's great, man.
Fun. Like awesome. I said, there's sharks. There's fucking there's gangsters rolling around, and it's crazy.
What don't you have in this book, man? It sounds like
I don't know, man. Island. I touch on different sexualities and see the main character. He's on this island. He's a veteran, obviously. Can you guess what service he was in? But
Coast Guard.
Yeah. But he goes back home and he's just tired of the way the world's going. And so he's like, fuck it, I'm out. And he goes down to the island, he hooks up with one of his friends, and he becomes a captain on his own fishing boat after like 10 years of being down there, and that's his life and he loves it. And then he meets this chick and she kind of brings with him that world that he left behind, and really? It's like, do you want to party and live with these wealthy people and have this really great time, or do you want your freedom back and this isolation? You're kind of lonely, but you're living your own, or you're with them. So it's what do you do? What do you do?
Complex.
Yeah, there's love, there's hate, there's betrayal, there's loyalty, there's like I said, there's knife fights, there's there's talks of sharks attacks and marlins and swordfish, and there's some snorkeling and sunken boats, and yeah, man, it's a fun read. It's a fun read to sit down, maybe have a nice beverage of your choice, water, soda, wine, whiskey, whatever, and put on some fucking vinyl.
Yeah, see that was the problem with your last book, man. Your last book got me wanting to drink and smoke cigarettes every 5.
Yeah. This one might too,
every other. Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little worried. I don't know if I need to go sit for a weekend and rehab behavioral or something to make sure I'm safe while I read it. A little reading vacation.
Just drink a Coke.
There you go.
That's Texas
A lot
for
of
soda for all you
Coca-Cola.
fucking people up north.
Sody pop.
Sody pop.
All right, Matt. Well, thanks for giving us a rundown on the new book. I don't want to take up all your time on it though, because you're too fucking interesting, and just like us, you are a fellow fucking Texan.
Oh,
So I want to ask you, and spend some of this time talking about our favorite things in Texas.
Okay.
So, first off,
the women.
Yeah.
the women. All right, you guys talk about the women.
Yeah, I've had this discussion with a few ladies, but one recently. The whole Southern Belle thing. It's like they're relics. You don't see a Southern Belle anymore. Now it's all about fucking I don't need no man, blah blah. Which don't get me wrong, I like that. It's pretty fucking hot. But there's something about a Southern Belle that's just like proper.
Yeah, you got to find that duality. Like my wife, I got with her. I mean, she was a full-time worker. Like she made good money. I remember like one of our first dates. She was like, "Let's stop at GameStop. I'm gonna go buy a new Xbox." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
like I'm used to like, oh, I have to pay for everything. And she's like, "Fuck you. I got a job. I got my own money." But she still is like, thank you. And like I'll open the door and she's like, thank you. And so it's that, she has the Southern manners, and she's still an independent woman that's like, fuck
See,
you. I'll go do my own shit.
There we go. There's a good description of something we touched on last episode. Texas is an equalizer for men and women because we all fucking carry guns and respect each other.
Yeah,
The women
she's a good shot too.
Yeah, you got to respect the women because half the time the women are carrying a bigger piece than you are, and they're quicker to draw it. Like my fucking sister, I haven't told those stories on the podcast yet. I don't think, but did I? Did I mention that on air? Or was that in between
last
episodes?
episode.
Well, there you go. Yeah, when you have when you have women walking around like that, you're bound to be a little more respectful in the world.
Oh yeah. But my wife, she still expects me to be, a man. Somebody comes up and says something to her, well, now you're going to be talking to me because now your face is going to be in the dirt with my boot on your head. Like, don't talk to my wife. Don't make her cry. Don't like. I mean, you could talk to her if you're like, hey, ma'am, how you doing? Can I help you with your groceries or some shit? But like, come up and hit on my wife in front of me, I'm gonna hit on you in a very different manner.
Exactly.
You talk shit to her, I'm gonna hit on you in a very different manner.
One of the very first times I introduced my wife to my friends, we were out in Arroyo City here, which is a little fishing place a few miles away. And we were at a little party, a little get together with my friends, and they had a couple young guys there that I had never met, and my wife had never met. And I'm off in the corner having a cigarette with my buddies, and I hear these guys just start talking about, oh yeah, and her tits were just fucking hanging out. I was like, hold on, man, you don't even like we've known each other about 30 minutes, and you're talking about tits and ass in front of my fucking girlfriend. Like, hey guys, you mind having a little more respect in front of the women? And I just said it like that, like pretty calm. You're like, what? And they're like 18, 19-year-old kids. I was probably 22, 23 at the time. And they were like, okay, sorry about that. But like, literally within like 5 minutes, I heard it again, like the same kind of verbiage and shit. And I'm like, hey guys, come on, watch your. At that point, I got pissed off immediately, because there's a certain level of respect you're supposed to have, not just because she was there with me, but because she's a fucking woman you just fucking met, man. Like I was raised better than that, than to talk like that in front of women. I mean, and we weren't even drunk yet. God damn it! It was too early in the night for that kind of debauchery.
Like I love Marine Corps balls, not testicles. But,
I bet you do, boy.
Yeah. The Marine Corps balls, it's fun because like everybody gets dressed up. The women are beautiful, but like it's fun because you have these professional killers, and every other word is fuck or bitch or piss or cunt or blowjob or whatever. But yet, now you have these pretty ladies here and they're all like, hello, ma'am, how are you doing, ma'am? Can I pull out your seat for you? Very respectable. And then like you two walk outside for a cigarette and it's like, God damn, it's like, whoo, and then as soon as you walk back in, hello, how are you doing? How are you doing today? It's like, you learn that shit, last episode we talked about fights and stuff. I got in a fight one time at House of Blues with this guy. Oh, we didn't get in a fist fight. We got in an argument. But back in the day when I used to smoke, we walked outside, and it's all about tact, right? Walked outside, and we're still getting into it. And I'm like, fuck you. Well, then I saw the cops walking up. And so this guy's like, fuck this motherfucker, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, good day, gentlemen. I don't know what's wrong with this motherfucker. He is just totally crazy. I think he's on the dope, if you know what I mean. Exactly. And they haul his ass away, and they tell me to have a good night. That's like, it's all about that.
That's all it is.
Way. Like, you can be dirty mouth and have fun with your friends. When there's ladies present, stow that shit.
Yeah, you know how many times growing up, back when law enforcement was a little more lenient on things like this, when my dad would have a beer between his lap, get pulled over with me in the back seat, and I'm like, oh shit, my dad's about to go to jail. I'm gonna have to wait in the fucking waiting room for my mom to pick me up. And like, nope. He's like, yes, officer, how are you? I just saw that he cleaned his shit up, spoke correctly. And fucking he'd just get a warning for swerving or whatever, or get the ticket for fucking dangerously driving. Never got pulled out fucking for a sobriety test because he sounded sober enough, because he kept his shit together. They're like, if you can't keep your shit together, what the fuck are you doing, man? Especially in public with a kid. Now, this was a different time. I have no... For those
I remember those
listening, they're like, oh my God, his dad did that, man. Everybody's dad did that. And any of y'all that want to pretend like they didn't, fuck you.
Yeah, my dad'd be like, because this was like before open container laws. My dad'd be like, here, hold the beer.
Exactly. Yeah. Put it in the back seat.
I don't think he's gonna think I was drinking it. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. They don't give a shit. Very different times.
I love Texas. And for those, speaking of proper manners, you're supposed to remove your hat in the house when you enter an abode. But this is for the podcast episode, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want to get called out on that. For people who don't think I know my proper Texas etiquette.
I love Texas. My sons, talking about Texas heroes, I like to idolize outlaws for some odd reason. But my son's middle names.
Is that a Texas thing, or is that just an American concept?
I think it's an American concept, tell you the truth. Like, we like our rebels, I mean, fuck, George Washington, OG rebel, Fucking British were like, you're going to pay that tax. And he's like, fuck yourself.
Sure.
America, motherfuckers. But
your son?
My sons, they're Damian Wesley and Bastion Hardin. And the middle names come from John Wesley Hardin, who was, I don't know if you know about him, but you should.
No, I don't know. I don't know enough history. I'm learning. The older I get, the more interested I get, but I'm a slow learner.
You think Jesse James was a fucking outlaw? Fuck him. Fucking John Wesley Hardin. Not only was he involved in the the big feud in Texas. Hatfield and McCoys were out east. It was the Suttons and Taylor feud in the Old West. But John Wesley Hardin, he came from Bonham, Texas. Killed his first men when he was like 14. They were some Union soldiers that came down here during the Reconstruction period, and they giving him shit, so he shot 4 of them. And he fucking took off, but he became like a badass fucking outlaw. There's one story, I believe it's him. He shot a guy, killed the guy's cow, shoved the guy inside the cow, went to town and was like, there's a cow giving birth to a man. And all the town people were like, holy shit, let's go see this. And so they ran out there, and he robbed the bank and took off. So, like,
whoa,
yeah, this dude was a hardcore. No, the craziest
creative.
Shit, this dude, he was
like
one of the
villain status.
Yeah,
fucking level 100. That was fucking hilarious. That was the most creative thing. That's shit you'd see.
I believe
like
it was him.
Tarantino write about in it.
Yeah,
that was like a Tarantino Django spinoff.
He was one of the only guys that like Wild Bill Hickok was scared of. He was so mean, he shot a guy while he was snoring. The guy was sleeping in the room above him and was snoring really loud, and he fucking pulled out his pistol and shot the guy. But he goes, he's from Texas. So
I mean, how many times did you wish you could just shoot the guy fucking snoring next to you?
Oh, you should try living in a fucking barracks with like 40 motherfuckers. You're just like, I'm gonna shoot the next motherfucker that snores. But
vibrating.
Yeah, this dude, he he was just like a crazy outlaw, or he was a gun for hire and shit. But he gets arrested and serves it's 15 years, I think, for murder, and does his time. He becomes a lawyer inside of jail. He fucking gets out, and he's like legit. He passes the bar. He has a fucking card that lawyer on it and shit.
Oh, shit.
3 months after he gets out, he's in the Acme Saloon in El Paso, Texas, and a fucking cop comes up behind him and shoots him in the back of the head.
Ouch.
Yeah, but dude, look up that motherfucker. And talking about Texas, that's a Texas motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of reading to do the next fucking month. That's
up here. Sure. Up here is still considered John Wesley Hardin country. Up here by Bonham. Bonham's like 20 minutes from my house. So yeah, it's all considered John Wesley Hardin country. Like that's the kind of people we idolize in Texas for all you non-Texas motherfuckers. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, shit. See, nothing I wrote down as far as like shit we love about Texas is anything historical. It was like the fucking most superficial shit.
What you got?
You got me feeling embarrassed here right now. But we got through the history portion of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Usually we've got a little more stacked up for that, but I forget how fucking much of a active historian you are too.
Oh, I love it, man. I love history. Probably one of the only classes I passed. But yeah,
right.
I had a buddy from California. He came in one time. I served with him and stuff. And he was like, hey, I'm going to be in Grapevine, Texas for a wedding. He's like, how far is that from you? And I'm like, about an hour drive. And he's like, oh, okay, never mind. I was like, dude, that's like the next town.
Everything's an hour drive.
Yeah, a fucking hour drive is nothing in Texas. Like, I get it in California. It's like, oh, fucking, you got to plan a holiday to drive an hour. Like, Texas, that's like going to the fucking store, dude. Like,
that's okay. Before we get into more things that we love about Texas superficially, let's talk about the fucking traffic and people who drive it. The drivers here in Texas are fucking shit, aren't they?
Yeah, dude. Shit,
and it's hard to say because I'm one of them. Like I can't say I'm any better. I must be as bad because we all think it.
Yeah. But I used to work in ambulance. But you know what? I mean, shit. This year alone, yeah, I've gone on a few. I've seen a few accidents happen in front of me. One was a fatality with a cement truck that happened the day before Father's Day, right in front of me. I was the first person on scene. My kids are in the back of my truck or in our mom car. And like I went in there and like pulled this kid out of this wreck and shit. But like, dude, it was fucking crazy because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, there's.
And what was the situation there?
Cement truck ran a red light going like probably 50 and
Jesus
blew through this red light, and this family was turning, and it was a dad, his cousin, and the dad's son who was like 11 or 10 maybe. And the cement truck tried to turn and rolled, and a full cement fucking barrel rolled over their fucking truck and squashed the fucking driver and shit. And I was the first one. I ended up rendering aid to cousin, the kid, the driver of the cement truck, and then pretty much stood there taking care of the driver, kind of talking to him because I could only see like his ear and his shoulder. It was so compact. But I kept seeing a little bit of movement, and I'm pretty sure it was just like blood posting through. I think he was already dead. But I was still just trying to talk to him in case he was there. And I was like, hey, man, your kid's okay. I got him out. Like, we got help coming, blah, blah, blah. Not to bring down the fucking podcast, but, this shit happens.
Hey, well, shit happens. It's life, man. Oh,
froze on me.
Yeah, you froze there for a second there, too.
Oh, sorry.
You shocked the system. You shut it down.
They were like, fuck this story and this guy.
The NSA was fucking sneaking in, fucking listening to that one or whatever.
The traffic sucks, but you know what sucks worse than the traffic? California traffic. Fuck them.
Well, it's going to empty out now. It's all coming here.
Stay out of Texas. No vacancies, motherfuckers.
Let's talk about some good shit. Let's just do a 15-minute rundown of all the things that are great about Texas that everybody
you got enjoy. Women, you got booze, you got women, you got open spaces.
I'll tell you what. Women, well, hold on. You got women. Get it? Women are great. They're beautiful. They're lovely. They're strong, and they can take care of you too. That's the beautiful thing about the women here. That's what you guys were getting at. Let me just put it more succinctly. They're strong and they still take care of you. Period. That's all you need.
A Texas Marine woman. That bitch will fuck you up.
That's too much thigh muscle for me. I like it here. My wife's a very, very
petite woman.
petite lady. She's gorgeous. Love her. Anyway, I know. I'm a little guy. I'm not a Marine. I'm not a Marine. Anyway, first off, have you been to Austin? I have 6th Street, Austin.
Yeah, of course. Look at me.
For the people who hear it in passing but don't know anything about 6th Street, it's a half-mile strip in the middle of Austin that gets shut down every fucking night just so you could party there.
Yep, Stevie Ray Vaughan country.
Yeah, ooh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Damn it, boy.
Blood's down here in Texas.
So have you been there yet? I mean, when was the last time you've been in 6th Street, and do you have any good stories of it?
Man, I can't remember, actually. It's been years. But the memories are kind of blurring with Bourbon Street, too.
Sure. Oh, that's true, yeah. But we're not talking about Louisiana. This is Texas.
No, fuck Louisiana.
Texas tough.
No, I love Louisiana.
But bringing up Bourbon Street, we can't compete with that.
See, there was a time when I got out of the Marine Corps that everything was blurry, and I used to sleep under people's pool tables or on couches. And so I've been to a lot of clubs, and I've been to a lot of, I've been kicked out of a lot of clubs. But no, 6th Street's always been cool, man. Like, I don't think I got in too much trouble down on 6th Street.
Yeah, there's a bar there for everybody, man. You want hard rock or fucking alternative emo music, you go to the Hole in the Wall. You want to go to fucking a plethora of fucking half-naked rib fucking places or fucking wing spots. I love those bikini wing spots, man. There's like 2 or 3 of them down that strip, I think.
I love how different it is, though. Everybody's always like, "Oh, Texas is its own country." They like to say its own country, but like you have different regions. Like in Austin's a lot different than Dallas. Like like
you got east, west, north, south, and you got the Panhandle, Central, and I think there's one more that I'm missing. That's like a weird one in there. I think it's like 7 or 8 different sections of Texas that you have to take into account.
I had a buddy driving from
the Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about us. That was the one.
I had a buddy driving from Louisiana, but he was wanting to go through El Paso, right? And he called me up. He's like, "Dude, I've been driving in Texas for like 8 fucking hours, and I still haven't got through the state." I was like, "Oh yeah, you got a little ways to go, dude." I was like, "Yeah, you got a few more hours, bro."
Like, the second largest by mass and population behind California, I think. So. Yeah, we're pretty fucking big. We're better. We're prettier. Speaking of big, you know what my favorite thing in Texas is?
What?
And I very rarely utilize it, as you can tell by my size, but Frank tends to. It looks by his size.
What?
The Texas portions of our meals.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
But there's not a restaurant in any city or country outside of Texas that has the portions that we got. You get a chicken fried steak the size of your fucking head. It's great.
Oh yeah, there was a place in Waxahachie, Texas called Catfish Plantation. It was haunted, they said. It's an old house, but they made a fucking chicken fried steak. Yeah, like that fucking big.
Yeah.
And slap your mama, so fucking good. I mean, yeah. But and Texas people and their fucking barbecue.
That's what I was say. That's exactly the best part about the barbecue too. Is nobody gets skimped and gets that one rib of barbecue and one taco of fajita or whatever.
We when I was in Virginia, or actually we were in Iraq, but they brought us some steaks and stuff. We were gonna have like a cookout day. And I remember me and my buddy from Texas, like we walked up to the grill and we were looking at it. We were like, "The fuck is this, hamburgers?" They're like, "No, it's steaks." I'm like, "Why is it so fucking black?" Like,
yeah, you know how common it is for us to have a barbecue and say, "Hey, come over, we're barbecuing. We got chicken, beef, and ribs." All right, cool, I'll be there. Your guests show up, and they got more chicken, beefs, or ribs for you to throw on the grill.
It's common Texas courtesy. You bring stuff to shit.
I got my cousin coming over. Is that okay? Oh yeah, it's cool. You brought more meat, no problem. The friends show up. They got fucking sausages and fucking pico de gallo and beer. Everybody brings at least.
Everybody brings beer.
And no 6-packs of beer. Texas doesn't do 6-packs.
No.
If you get a 6-pack for yourself after work before you to finish.
You bring a 6-pack to a get together, you are a stingy son of a bitch.
You are an asshole. Yeah. My parents.
We were out there and like me and my buddy finally took over the grill. We're like, "Nah, fuck y'all. Like, I don't want this fucking piece of charcoal steak." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Where's the redness?" And they're like, "Oh, you don't fucking eat your steaks red and shit." And I'm like, "Yeah,
What?
I do, because I'm a goddamn man. Like, I'm not a child." Yeah.
Yeah, get that fucking A1 sauce away from my
Oh
steak.
God,
goddamn.
yeah. You put A1 sauce on my fucking any of my meats, I will slap the shit out of you and you're never invited back. My fucking ribs are to die for. You don't put barbecue sauce on them. I put some salt and pepper, and I fucking
sauce. Barbecue sauce is good for one thing and one thing only for me, and that's my beef jerky. That's homemade fucking beef jerky because I'm a fucking Texan. God damn it.
I like to put some barbecue sauce on like homemade hamburgers. Like I love that. Yeah,
well, that's ground beef. That's a different animal.
Yeah.
Well, when you get into burgers, that's not barbecue. That's grilling.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that, but I like to smoke.
We're gonna grill some weenies and burgers on the 4th of July. That's grilling. That's not barbecuing. You can't call that a barbecue.
One Thanksgiving, I smoke out a turkey every Thanksgiving.
Damn right.
And
some
family members, 50-50 for me. Some family members decided to buy Dickie's fucking turkey because they were unsure if my turkey was going to be good enough. And I was like,
what the fuck?
Motherfuckers. I was like, I smoked this motherfucker out for like 20 hours.
That's so offensive.
Nobody touched their shit. Nobody touched their fucking Dickie bullshit. Everybody was like, oh my God, there's like some jalapeno seasoning in this. Like, oh my, it's so juicy. I was like, fuck yeah, it is. And I smoke. I'm from Texas, motherfucker.
That's proper. Yeah, we had a friend. My parents renewed their wedding vows just a couple weeks ago, and we had two big ass briskets and some pork loin and some all on this fucking. Of course, we don't do little fucking round pick grills for these things. You got the trailer hitch, the double barreled fucking double sided. Anyway, and fucking 10-hour smoke on that shit all day long. And get on. It's perfect. It's exactly what you expect. But you were saying so you're saying Dickie's. That brings me to the next thing that we got to talk about in Texas that everybody can experience, even if you're just passing through. And if you're too fucking good for a truck stop, suck it up your ass, because if you haven't been to a Buc-ee's, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I love Buc-ee's.
Dude,
Buc-ee's is the shit.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it's become more and more popular. It's even more and more of a cult following the older we get.
Yeah. But their bathrooms are so clean. You can't deny it. Like, do you want to stop at fucking
you can if there's no more room to eat there, just fucking take your food into the restroom and plop down. You'll be just as healthy.
I stopped at Love's. Are you trying to get herpes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You only stop at like Love's truck stop for prostitutes.
Flying J's.
Yeah.
No shade. We love you guys. We're all Texas here.
Yeah. But Buc-ee's is the shit. So fuck y'all.
How about you, Frank? You have any good experiences with any of the shit we're talking about? I gave him a cigar and now he's just enjoying the buzz. It's the most high he's had in like years.
Yeah. Fucking A.
How you doing?
Yeah. But like just the other week I fucking I grilled some steaks just last week, and fucking I snapped at my fucking brother because he got his steak, right, and I think it was salsa in it, and I'm like, this is Texas, are you saying my steak ain't good enough for you? And he's like, maybe.
Why don't you spit in my face and slap my woman too, you motherfucker?
Oh man. Anyway, so anything else? Frank, what do you love about Texas? Is there anything off the top of your head you can think of?
Women.
No, he likes that on the tip of his head.
Yeah, women are fucking up there. I love Dr. fucking Pepper. When I was born fucking I was born in Stephenville, right? But my parents had a place over in Dublin.
Oh fuck yeah! I knew you were gonna say it. Dublin.
Yeah. And then what happened? Yeah, so then that house was behind the Dr. Pepper company.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, Dr. Pepper has a special place in my heart, same as fucking Dairy Queen, because up in Dublin, that's the hangout spot, fucking Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen and Whataburger.
That
was my next list.
And
fucking it out.
Oh man, people who have not been a Whataburger in their life, when they fucking have it, their jaws drop. And that's because Whataburger, that's Whataburger today.
Yeah.
Whataburger when I was a kid the patties weren't even round. They were still flattened out by hand, proper fucking beef. Now it's a little bit more,
like you hear these people like, oh, what's so great about Whataburger? Well, what's so great about a blowjob? Every fucking thing.
Everything is
God
great
damn.
about it. Oh my, you get a triple meat when you're fucking just angry at your body and just want to treat it to like just something that's gonna just feel as good as fucking anal sex, but make you feel just as dirty afterwards.
Yeah.
You get yourself
Ooh,
a
that grease
triple
on that
meat,
fucking napkin.
triple meat, triple cheese, triple bacon with jalapenos on that motherfucker, man. And they're not fucking jalapenos that you get at even the fucking like Taco Palenque or fucking these fucking chain taco places. Not those little sweetened ass peppers you get. You go to Whataburger and get jalapenos on your burger, you're gonna shit fire for fucking 3 days, and it's gonna feel like glory, like glory coming out of that hole. I love it. You want to
Fucking,
go to
well,
Whataburger when you
talk
come to
about
Texas.
like Mexican restaurants, I mean, Texas, we love, especially me, I love Tex-Mex. When I was in
Tex-Mex.
Virginia, I was like, hey man, let's go get some like Mexican food. And they were like, all right. And they took me to fucking Taco Bell. And I was
Oh
like,
no.
fucking stab y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. My body can't even process Taco Bell.
No,
My
it's
taste
not real.
buds, my taste buds don't process that it's whatever it's looks like it's supposed to taste like. That's not what my taste buds. It's so fucked up.
Yeah. If I don't get the shits from it, it's not fucking
But you know
real.
what? I'm gonna tell you something. It's not Mexican food you're talking about. You're talking about Tex-Mex. Because you get if you go like because even like just south of the border right here, it's still Tex-Mex for a few a few clicks of a fucking whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. But you go to Mexico, it's like it's real cheesy and real saucy.
Yeah.
And Texas doesn't do that. It lets the meat speak for itself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So the meat isn't drowned out in all these sauces that we were talking. That's what Texas is about. It's because we produce our own. That's another thing on the list. Our fucking ranches, our cattle, our industry, our fucking self-reliance that we have here.
Dude.
The reason we can have a whole fucking cow at a barbecue was because our fucking cousin brought it over and fucking just butchered it in the backyard.
Yeah, my grandfather owned a farm. He passed away now, and then my grandmother, she pretty much sold most of the land now because they stopped doing it. But my whole life, they dealt with cattle. Actually, he shot us with rock salt one time because we were shooting his fucking cattle with 22. Me and my cousin, they ain't gonna hurt him. Just scares him. He popped us with fucking rock salt. He was like, "Don't you fucking shoot my cattle." Oh yeah,
man.
That was my grandfather. He's a mean motherfucker. He didn't know my name until I joined the fucking Marine Corps because he had so many grandkids. He was like, fuck it, Sandy's kid.
That one?
He didn't give a shit. Yeah, that one. Yeah. When I joined the Marine Corps, I came back home, and this guy was old at this time. This dude was a hard fucking charger. But he actually stood up. He could barely stand at the time. He stood up to shake my hand, and he said, "Hi, Chance." He's like, "Welcome home." My cousin's right behind me. My cousin's like, "Hey, Papa." He goes, "Hi." I fucking step back down. He's like, "Fuck you."
That's awesome, man.
Dude, that's a beautiful. Cool. That's Texas. They use hardcore.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, fucking Chance, man. This has been a hell of an episode. Hell of a lot of fun with you. We're pressing up against it now. Frank, you got any questions or anything you want to squeeze in here before we wrap up?
Yeah, I want to know the whole, because I don't remember this, and this is probably gonna take a 20-long conversation.
No, you're good.
20-minute long conversation, but. No, yeah, you mentioned the fucking red light district in Ramadi, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, back in it was like 06. I remember I ran into a buddy, and he was like, "Yeah, dude," he's like the 10 trailers, whatever they were. Some of them would break a fucking red light, like a chem light, and throw it outside their door, and that meant they're open for business, and you had to have cash. And I remember we left there, and MSR Mobile runs right by Ramadi and fucking Fallujah for one motherfucker that doesn't know that, want to talk shit to me. But anyways, that's beside the point, another time. But it's like a 45-minute drive, and so we left Ramadi, drove back to Camp Fallujah. We get there, everybody's like, "Holy shit, y'all hear what just happened at Ramadi?" And we're like, "No, like, was there a big firefight we just missed out on?" They said, "No, red light district just got busted up. One chick was caught with like 18 grand, like fucking took it, the cocksuckers." But yeah, dude, it was a big deal and shit, Not saying I tried it, not saying I didn't, but good times. Yeah, that was like 06.
Yeah, because I was also there '06, but I got there fucking Thanksgiving.
Oh,
But
this was before that.
yeah, and that probably explains why I don't remember it. But yeah, the closest thing I got to that was one of our HQ guys burned, I think it was in a disc, probably a thumbnail, but burned the fucking copies that they had left in the fucking single marine, the public fucking computers of the videos that they sent out to their fucking husbands, boyfriends.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, we watched that shit, and there
fucked
was
up.
yeah, and one of my staff sergeants who's probably listening, I remember him saying, yeah, he was laughing. He's like, yeah, her fucking husband's probably at home laughing with his girlfriend, like, hey, look what my wife sent me. Yeah, that's the closest thing I got to a fucking red light district.
Yeah,
So,
we used to do some fucking shit. Like, we'd smuggle in whiskey through mouthwash bottles and shit. Like, I think I mentioned it. Was it Kill Kill? I
Yeah,
think I mentioned it.
yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that on our first couple episodes with you guys. You got anybody listening to this, please check out those original episodes of Chance, man. Every one of these has been so much fucking fun, man. You've got more stories than a fucking Sherlock Holmes fucking.
I've lived a weird life. It's the strangest one I've ever lived, but it's been a lot of fun. I didn't expect to still be here, but
Hey, we're
fuck.
happy. We're really happy you are, Chance. This is always a lot of time, a great time. Wish we could do another episode with you, but I don't think I have it in me. I don't have enough fucking stories for you. So we'll check in with you next time. Let us know as soon as that fucking audiobook gets up. And are you gonna work on the audiobook for this new one too? What? Shit. What's it called?
Man at the end
The
of the
man
world.
at one
The
more.
man at the end of the world.
The man at the end of the world. I'm
Yeah,
buying
actually, that's the one I'm working on right now. I
next.
had to take a break from the Marine Corps stuff, and then I've already outlined the second Kill Kill story. I got a horror story I just outlined, and then
Okay.
I'm also working on an epic World War I, Great Depression era story that's like three fucking novels. So and I'm trying to fucking do school and shit and raise kids, so it's a little busy.
Yeah, that's insane, man. I can't believe you can carry all that, all those different storylines in your head at the same time.
Uh, yeah, I can't remember fucking people's birthdays or like what the fuck I had to eat last night, but yeah, for some reason I can remember fucking stories. It's really weird.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks again, Chance. We're
Thanks for
gonna
having me.
wrap it up here. Frank, what the fuck do we tell the people? You got, and I'm sorry, anything else? No? Okay. Yeah, you're good. All right, what do we tell the people, Frank?
be excellent to each other.
Find you happy. We love you. Try and be better today than you were yesterday.
And
Chance,
fuck cancer.
fuck cancer. We love you, Chance.
Love y'all
Bye.
too, man. Y'all have a good one.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Trapped in a box.
That in.